Party dudes and dudettes, what is going on? It is Stanley Gene Mindiola III from Midnight Crow, and I have the pleasure of bringing you the Footloose Effects, the Stanley Works. So, this all started probably about 6 months ago when I was looking for a Univibe type pedal, and I found Footloose Effects on Reverb. I got this Hawaii bike tag vibrato pedal. You can get a lot of sounds out of that. You can get vibrato, chorus, phase. It's very useful. I like to use it for that old-timey Jimi Hendrix type vibrato that really screams with a fuzz. I reached out to Dominic and I said, "Hey man, we should build a signature pedal together." And he said, "Hey man, let's do it. What do you want?" So I told him, I said, "I need a fuzz." The fuzz that I had wasn't really doing it for me. It was a little too muddy, and there wasn't enough options for me to dial it into what I wanted. So what we came up with here is the Stanley Works, and a background to the Stanley Works. That is the original name of the Stanley Measure and Level Company, and they had this old train, all blacked out, very sinister looking. And that's why we kind of went with this look. So you got the black, you have the railroad crossing type thing there, and then your lights. And he was also very kind to throw this beautiful little like sprocket cog on there, and a little gold embellishment. So I actually had a gold foot topper that went really nicely with that. But before we get started, I am running through this board into two orange CR60s. One is Dirty Diana, one is Megan Trainor. Megan Trainor's ran very bass heavy and dirty, and then Dirty Diana is ran dirty and bright. It is not wet dry, it is not stereo, it is dual mono. So here is my all the time tone. That's the bridge pickup, that's a humbucker. And then neck pickup, it's actually single coil, it just looks like a humbucker. Alright, so I do run that on all the time. When I need to clean up, I just roll my volume back. So without my overdrive on, just straight into the amps. Alright, and then how I currently have the Stanley Works set, I have the bass at about 2 o'clock, the treble at, we'll say, 4 o'clock. We have the fuzz at 3 o'clock. We have the octave at about 2 o'clock, and we have the volume very low. What I do is I set my noise gate, and then I set the pedals to the noise gate. That way, if I'm at a show, practicing, I don't need to worry about the noise gate. I can just adjust the pedals themselves, because I have the noise gate hidden underneath this pedal bridge. So, the Stanley Works. This is the Fuzz channel. So that's how I'm running it. Obviously, my amps are normally louder, so it does seem a little bit on the darker side right now, but once I turn my amps up, It clears up a little bit and gets a little bit more chimey. And then the octave side can be ran by itself. It's like a green ringer type. Personally, I think the green ringer style octave works best on the neck pickup and everything above the 12th fret. That's when you kind of get those like spacey kind of. Very stabby, very alien-esque. So, go back to the fuzz side. Octave to it. So yeah, I know a lot of people will say you should set your parameters or your EQ on your fuzz to the neck pickup. And a lot of people also say you should set it so that when it is on your neck pickup, it is almost unrecognizable what you're playing. That way when you go to your bridge pickup and you have, you know, those quicker vibrations because it's closer to the bridge, you get a little bit of a clearer sound. Me personally, I really favor my bridge mostly all the time. I use the neck pickup for more cleaner type stuff. So I will actually set it to my bridge pickup. And I find that when I go to the neck, if I need to use the fuzz on the neck, it pushes it over the edge to get it where I want it to be. Now, with the pedal, this thing is pretty gnarly, so we're just going to turn some knobs here. We're going to turn the fuzz all the way up. We'll turn the treble all the way down, turn the bass all the way up, and then let's turn the volume up a little bit. Oh, you can hear our defeat in the gate. We're just going to go up to about 11. It's going to be wicked. Turn the tone up. And then kick on that octave. You know, and I know a lot of green ringer type octave ups, they don't play well with multiple strings at a time or chords, for all of you keeping notes. But when you have the fuzz on and you have that octave on, it's kind of just like a war zone, so it doesn't really matter. Just play to your heart's content and believe in yourself, and great things will happen. So let's just turn a few knobs. My favorite knob on this whole thing is the treble, because for me, again, the way that I play the guitar, the way I play the songs that we have written with fuzz, I need the higher notes to actually cut through the low notes. So when you can get that treble up, good job. You're right there. That's exactly where you need to be. Now, if you're just playing rhythm, I won't worry too much about the treble. If you're staying on those low strings, set it where you want it and forget it. But if you're doing like a one guitar roll where you're playing lead and rhythm, this treble knob is going to be your best friend. All right, so we're going to turn this fuzz back down. I think I had it about there. And then we're just going to go through the volume. I'm going to set this stuff all back to where I had it-ish, if I can remember. I think that's about right. And then we're just going to go through the volume on the fuzz. Clear up a little bit. Just go all the way. Volume down. Up. If you turn up just a little bit and you dig in. About halfway. Also, if you roll the volume down with the octave on, you get a really cool effect at about half volume. Back up. So yeah, this is the Stanley Works. There are only going to be 5 available. I will put the Reverb link in the description below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our music on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you stream tunes. And also check us out every single Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're on Facebook Live answering the questions you did not ask. All right. Much love, y'all.